How we doing today, folks? Today is Saturday, April the 19th, 2025. And I haven't released a video for 3 weeks now. And it doesn't mean I haven't been hunting. I just haven't found a lot the last 2 hunts to put into a video. So I thought I'd do a compilation today. But I'm going to start with today's hunt first. I got permission yesterday from a homeowner here in the village where I live. And she is certain that in the 40 years she's been here, no one has ever searched her property. Now, doesn't mean that no one did prior to that, because it only takes us back to the mid-'80s, but that still got me excited nonetheless. I did find a lot of stuff in her yard, so take a look at the clips ahead and let me know if you think it was a virgin site. All right, first coin here. Only been here 15 minutes. I only hunted about 10 square feet, if that. First coin out here is a green coin. I think this is probably going to be a wheat penny, though, because it was coming a little on the high side. There it is. There's old Lincoln. Looks like I got a date already. 1935. That's exciting. That's a great start. Be back with the next one. All right, second coin today. This one here came up a little bit lower. Chances are this could be an Indian, but there was a small piece of aluminum or something in the hole too. Could have been throwing off the numbers. I think that's a wheat penny. Yep. Early one too. Looks like 1916. Don't know if I have one of those yet. That's a great find. Very happy so far. All right, be back with some more. All right, fourth coin of the day. My third one was a zinc penny. That's not a zinc penny. Another wheat? Probably. Yep, there's Lincoln again. Let me get the date off this one. Be right back. All right, looks like this one might be 1919. This one's a little cruddier, but that looks like 1919. We're going to go with that until we get it home and get it cleaned up to be sure. Just barely scratching the surface so far. I'm having an exciting day. Get back with you. All right, got my fifth penny. I presume the fourth old one. I believe so. $19.29, I think. I believe that's $19.29. That's 4 wheat so far. And I haven't hunted 10% of the yard yet. I'll get back with you with the next one. All right, it has been a while since I found anything, really. And I've got my 5th wheat penny of the day. Flipped it out of the hole and I can already see the back of it. This one here is going to clean up real easy. It looks like another early one too. It's like a 1919 with a mint mark S. All right, well, we're back in the good stuff. I'm going to check the hole again because it was a bit of a choppy signal. That's probably all there was. We'll be back with the next one. Well, I got me a tone here. It was a real funky tone. It would occasionally hit up into the 90s, but it was IDing me in the 40s at the same time. So I'm thinking, well, it's probably a nail. But it was beeping in both directions, which is a no-brainer. You dig those all the time. Got me a piece of lead out here. And this is probably the first white piece of lead I think I've ever dug. It's definitely smaller than a marble. Anybody knows if this is old or not, let me know. Because this is an interesting find for me. All right. Be back with the next one. All right. Got me another coin here. I cut my plug, I flipped it up, and part of it broke off, and you can see it right there. There's the imprint. And there she is. Another wheat cent. I believe that's 6 for today. I'm not sure the date on that one. 1927 maybe? Be right back. This one looks like 1928. I love those teens and 20s wheats. Be back with the next one. All right. Found that 1928 wheat right there. This was a pretty crappy signal, honestly. I'm surprised it was going to be a coin. But it is. It never gets old looking at that color. I'm sure it's another wheat. Little cruddy. Yep, there it is. I'll be right back. So this one is not old at all. 1940, what was that? 1941 or 44. Thought that was going to be another old one. Oh well, they can't all be good ones. Well, any old coin's a good coin. And even if you're not finding coins, you're having fun. That's what it's all about. Be back with you. All right, 1928 right there. 1940 something right there. Got another one. This one was even shallower. You can see the imprint. The split apart and it fell right there on top of my shovel. Another wheat. This one here looks like a 1941. Another common year, but I'll take it. That's like 7 or 8 of them now. I lost count. I'll keep hunting. Maybe I'll find some silver. All right, I was hoping that this one was going to be silver, but it's not. It was underneath the tree root, probably about 6 or 7 inches, and it was coming up high, so it's probably another wheat penny. This one sucker was deep. Yep, 1 cent. This one looks like maybe 1936 or 38. Can't quite tell without my glasses. I'm trying to look at it through the frame. And with the sunlight, it's hard to see the image through the frame. I guess 1936. A lot of work for that one. I had to, this fallen tree branch, I had to kind of move it out of the way too. It was right on top of it. All right, well, we'll see what else we can find. Another green coin, just a couple feet away from the 19, well, whatever the last one was, so I done forgot. I hope you guys don't mind looking at wheat pennies, 'cause that's all I found today. I did get a clad quarter, actually. Oh, this one might clean up real easy here. Oh, 1925, definitely a better date. All right, I'll be back with the next wheat penny. All right, back with you now. Got me another coin out here. I'm betting it's another wheat penny. This one was a real questionable signal. I think it's got some aluminum nearby. Another wheat, sure enough. Another wheat. Hope you guys like seeing wheat pennies. All right, this is another one from the 20s. Looks like another 1928. I think it's my second one of the day. Still no silver. Hope this is a virgin site. I'm not 100% sure, but if it was hunted back in the 70s or 80s, they could have had it set up just for silver. But we're going to keep hunting. I'm having fun. Get back with you. Sight for sore eyes, man. I haven't had a nickel in a while, and I finally got a nickel. I hope it's at least a buffalo nickel. There's a nickel right there. I'm actually so happy I found the nickel. I'll be all right if it's just a Jefferson, but it's a buffalo nickel, baby. Oh, my first one of the year. It's about time. Am I going to get a date off of this one? Oh, yeah. I don't know if... yeah, I should be able to get a date off of it, I think. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get a date off this. But you'll see it right now. If I do, get back with you. All right, well, I just found 3 clad dimes, like right here in this area. And I got a nickel signal, kinda. I thought this was gonna be a nickel, but I don't have nickel here. That looks Canadian. I have a Canadian silver here. I don't know what it is. It can't be silver. I cannot get this to focus. $1984. This isn't old. I don't know what this is. Well, it's Canadian, but it's Canadian dime. I don't think it's silver, but we'll be back with you with the next one. You know, after I found that Buffalo nickel, I found 2 more Jefferson nickels. There was a cluster of some modern change, a couple, I think it was 3 clad dimes, a couple memorials, a couple zinc pennies, and I went to a different area here of the property, and I finally got me another older coin. I can tell what it is. It was a wheat, coming up pretty high, so I think it's 1940s or 50s probably. I thought I had the date ready for you. I guess I don't. There we go. 1946. Oh man, that's like 10 of them today. I might have my best wheat day ever before the day's over. Get back with you. So no silvers in her yard, and no Indian heads either, at least what I was able to find. But 12 wheat pennies is what I found. That is a record for me. And her yard was brutal on them too. They were just, once you take that very delicate layer of green patina off, some of them got beat up pretty bad, as you saw in the pictures. And then it's nice to find that old nickel, my first old nickel of the year. That's probably one of my favorite things I found today, really. And then 2 weeks ago, let's go back 2 weeks, I did a little bit of hunting. I went across the street to the house where I found my 1865 Indian head, and I found a couple goodies here. Here's what I found. All right, folks, so I've been hunting a little over an hour. I hunted in my backyard for about 45 minutes. I found a little spill of 1970s coins, got a clad quarter, probably 6 or 7 memorials of that era. Then I went across the street to the home where I found my barber dime and my 1865 Indian head. And I'm going over the same area again. The last time I was here, it was still kind of frozen. There was still some snow on the ground. My very first coin here. Take a look at this. I haven't ID'd it yet. That's a silver dime. It was coming up in the 70s. Yep, silver. Merc. I think. Yep. I don't know how I missed it. I mean, there's a lot of iron here. The signals are hard to isolate. And this was probably 3 or 4 inches deep. I'm glad I came back over here again. My 3rd silver of the year. 1942. $1942D it looks like. Way to go. This is only a one-directional signal. I figured there's going to be iron coming up in the 70s. If it was a coin, I figured maybe a penny. Wasn't very deep, so I was surprised it was going to be a silver coin for sure. There it is. 1942 Mercury dime. Sweet. All right. Be back with the next one. All right, I'm back with you again. I got that mercury dime. Not there. I think right there. Got what I was hoping was going to be a nickel right there. It was just a piece of electrical fastening. There's one of my plugs from the last time I was here. And I got me a really good signal right here. It's a no-brainer. So we're gonna dig this up live. I don't know how I missed this. I went over this whole area multiple times after finding that Indian head penny. Probably spent about 2 hours over here in just this area alone of the yard. But the old saying, you can't get everything. You can't get everything. There's no system, there's no root system yet. It's not very good cover on this, on the mud here. I'm trying not to make a very big mess. My friend here was so nice to let me hunt her yard. There it is. Come on, please show me feathers. Let me live dig an Indian. Whoops. Oh man. Well, my experience is lately it seems like these green coins have been wheats. Let me get my water out here. I noticed that when I rub it lightly with water, I don't, the green can stay on a little bit better. Trying to do this one-handed. This is exciting. Definitely have an old coin here. It's a Lincoln. I see Liberty right there. It's got to be a wheat. Absolutely, it's got to be a wheat. Might have a better chance getting the date off, actually. Oh, it's not an old one. Gee whiz, 1941 it looks like. Well, thought I had a really old one. All right, well, that's still fun. I got it on live dig, an obvious signal. Let me see what else it is. Let's see what else there is around here. Hopefully I won't tear up her whole yard. Be back with you. All right, folks, it's been about 45 minutes or so since I found that wheat penny. I found me a little play token, and I went to a house across the street. The gentleman there gave me permission last year. He's got a real small yard, and I haven't had a chance to poke around in it yet. But my first hole here, my first good signal was a coin. It got me another wheat cent. Again, I think it's 1941. Common year, but they're still fun to find. We'll keep poking around here some more and see what else we can find. Get back with you. All right, and then the following Saturday, I went out for about 4 hours of hunting, and I went to 3 different permissions. and I was skunked on everything. I don't know what was going on. On the way to the last one, I did walk by a county park where I found a wheat penny from the 1950s. I didn't film that, but I went to a friend of mine's house that lives on the far side of the village, and a couple years ago, some detectorists hunt his place. A group of them did. So I went back over there. I hunted there for about 2 hours. I didn't find anything until just before I had to leave, and then this happened. I have been in quite a drought lately. Today is Saturday, April the 12th, 2025, and I'm hunting at my third permission of the day. The only thing I have to show for it so far is a 1950s wheat scent, and I got a handful of modern change, and I'm at the final hunt, the final permission of the day, and I'm down to maybe 15 minutes of hunting, and I finally got a deep signal. It was definitely in the silver range. I had been skunked all day, and I finally got silver. Check it out. Right down there. See the reeded edge? Let's see how deep it was. I flipped the plug upside down. We're talking, 7 inches. Got a silver, thank goodness. It's a Merc. Definitely take it. Oh, thank goodness. All right, I was skunked. Except I guess it was the wheat penny, so technically I wasn't skunked. Oh. Common modern 1941. I don't see a mint mark. That's still the silver. That's number 4 of the year. Let's see what else we can find. I'll be back with the next good one. Well, I guess when your luck turns. I'm probably 12, 15 feet from where I found the Merc. Got me my first penny here, and it is a good one. Didn't even have to rub it. I got my feathers. Oh, that makes me so happy. Let's see if, hopefully, if it's an old one or not. It's like 1907. Yep. That's fine, though. Another Indian head. Oh, no! Chris, no, you didn't! No, you didn't! Ah, I hit it. Oh, Chris. Tusk, tisk, tisk. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Well, doggone it. Well, I guess at least it's not an 1877. Well, if I was going to hit an Indian head scent and it was 1877, would I still... That's a conundrum. Yeah, I think I'd rather still dig an 1877 even if I hit it. But I'd rather not. Never mind. All right, I'm rambling on. Okay, be back with the next one. Where's the off button? There it is. All right, folks, here's everything that I found for the last 3 hunts. I kept all my stuff separate. I kept all my clad over here. I got 6 quarters. What is that? 8 dimes, 2 nickels. After I found that buffalo nickel, all of a sudden I'm having no problem finding nickels. And I got, what is that? 14 pennies. And here is that Canadian dime. 99.9% nickel. I don't know how, but I need to research that a little bit more. So, but yeah, that's cool to find. I knew it wasn't silver. It looked silverish. I did find me a ring today. I don't know if that's iron or what material that is, with a little yellow stained piece of glass in it. I'm probably going to offer that to the property owner. They left before I was done hunting, so I'm going to take that back to her place and as a thank you and see if they want that. I found this thimble here too at the place where I found my Indian head and the Merc, the last place I hunted last week. And I got me a token here, which is so crusty. I can only make out a little bit on one side. I can make out where it says no cash value, but I can't get anything else off of it. And then here are my finds for the 2 weeks prior to this weekend. The 1907, a 41, 49D, and 56D, 1 cent coins, and I got the 2 Mercs. And then today there's my record 12 wheats and my 1917 Buffalo nickel. I was barely able to get a date off this sucker. Barely. Angle it just right in the light. I'm not going to try to do it on the phone, but I had to angle it just right in the light to get that to show. So that's it, folks. I don't know if I'm going to hunt next weekend. I know I've said that every time I release a video. I don't know if I'm going to hunt. And I end up hunting. But I am sore today. I was out there for probably 4 or 5 hours. So I hope you enjoy the video. I know it's not much. I know it's exciting seeing silver and bucket listers. Hopefully I'll find a bucket lister here pretty soon. But I want to thank you all for watching. And until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.